So I want to talk about the importance of avoiding extremes when disciplining our kids. Probably the hardest thing for me when we were fostering children was getting over the I'm the boss, it's my way or the highway mentality, because that's how it was modeled to me. But I learned very quickly through failure that that's not the best way to discipline children or modify behavior. With our first batch of kids, I had the mindset, I'm going to snap my fingers and they're going to hop to, and if they don't, there's going to be consequences for it. That doesn't work with children. I learned very quickly. I made myself and the rest of everybody just absolutely miserable with that mindset. So with the next batch of children, I told my wife, I said, I can't do this way. I'm miserable. The climate I've created, I can't keep up. I can't keep this pseudo persona of I'm the general and I have everything. I can't do that anymore. So I said, with this batch of kids, and she agreed with me, we're just going to love these kids. We're going to have a relationship with these kids. And that was my goal. It wasn't to discipline children. And I know parents are saying, well, that's a terrible thing. But I found out after the fact that as I built a relationship with the kids, if I had that maintained with them, I could ask the kid to do something and they were more likely to do it than the previous batch of kids who wouldn't do it because I didn't have a relationship. Everything was in my way or the highway. I mean, it was done, but it was very resentful. It wasn't quality. It wasn't a good attitude. It was a very stressful situation. And everything was just not very good with that. So with the next batch of kids, I said, I'm done with this. I'm going to love, I'm going to build a relationship. I'm going to spend time on them. I'm going to be happy in front of them. I'm going to be normal. I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to be Mr. Perfect. I'm not going to try to be Mr. Perfect. Things went a lot better. I'm telling you, it was night and day, the difference between the way the kids thrived in this house versus the first batch. They were off their medicines much more quickly. I wasn't successful at all getting the first batch off of their medicines, but the second batch of kids, everything but I think a couple milligrams of melatonin. And some of them were on some pretty heavy duty stuff, so they were able to get off all of that stuff pretty quickly. And things were much better because of that. One thing I learned was that when you're disciplining your kids, you don't want to be extreme in your discipline because you're after behavior. There's a certain behavior that you want. You just want them to do that behavior. And they don't want to do that behavior. That's kids. So what you do is you don't go to this extreme on the pendulum and do this horrible negative thing to make them so uncomfortable that they have to change and then they're embittered about it and all this stuff. You just want to notch it up slowly. So do the minimum to get them to change. And if that doesn't cause the behavior to change, increase the discomfort of the environment that they're in. However you discipline, increase it a little bit more. And if they don't change their behavior, then and the point where you want to get to is the minimum discipline necessary to get them to change their behavior. You really want to stay away from extremes because extremes cause a lot of damage, especially with traumatized children. Stay away from extremes. Don't go to extremes. Just slowly notch up whatever it is you're doing to the point where you see the behavior change. And that's exactly where you want to be with your discipline. Discipline isn't about your ego. It's not about you feeling good. It is just about that child getting the desired behavior in their life that's going to help them. So if this video was helpful to you, if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. I thank you for your time, and I hope that this method really helps you.